So these are all the plants that are going to be planted. They've grown even more since I filmed them last week, but they're already planted now. These are the ones that are done slightly later. Some of these will be going outdoors. We plant all the indoor first and then we go outdoors. We are just finishing off the last field of fertiliser on all the first cut grassland. Got the Amazon on. So, hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's well. Another cracking day. Easterly winds drying things out, but it's yeah, beautiful. We're harvesting. We're in the field, kind of where I showed you a couple of weeks ago. I think we were working. We uncovered the polythene. One that overlooks Gorey. 10 acres. One of our bigger fields for Jersey. All the harvest is going now. Overlooks Gorey Pier in the distance, or Gorey Castle in the background. Kind of 3/4 way through this. Single rows, and got the 2-row going now as well. So I gave some footage of that. I think that was Philip's job. Yeah, Philip from the tractor, dreaming of when he's big enough. Hey Philip?
Yes.
When do you reckon you'll be driving?
Yes.
You pretending to drive?
Yeah.
What are you harvesting?
Potatoes.
Potatoes, good boy. So he's obviously dreaming of when he's old enough to be able to drive it. There you go, look, got to close the door so you can pretend to take it really. But he loves it. Loves sitting with Dad or me when we're driving. But yeah, harvesting, it's getting into pretty horrible conditions. It's dried out a lot. You can see here, it's clumpy as. There's just lumpy. We are starting irrigating again tomorrow. But it's focusing on where we can irrigate. These will be, we're going to leave these, but we're going to start out west. Got a couple more fields out east, and then we move back out to west, start harvesting out there. But yeah, hope you enjoy the video. A few different things to show you. See you all at the end. Pawel's also busy reworking. So that is basically re-putting ground, re-ridging the ridges to freshen up the ground and put some more soil in between. And it also helps take out any little weeds, excuse the wind, that are flowing through. But this field's looking lovely. So you can see there's a few little weeds poking through. Like passing through, it goes through and it just takes out, recovers up there, knocks out the little bits of grass that are coming through. It basically helps stop greening, and it stops any cracks. There might be some cracks that start forming where it's dried out after the rain, but it just refreshes up the soil, and yeah, but it's getting them done before they grow too big. If you leave them grow too big, they start you can actually damage the leaves. But that's the last week since we had the rain last weekend. The area he's having to rework is big. He's got a lot to do at the moment, but he's cracking on really well, getting on. There's basically a set of scarifier tines, set of ring, 9 rollers, and then a disc at the back. Quite a simple machine, the wheel made for us. Yeah, cracking nice machine. Really good job. So we are here, the guys are here, and they are back in the tunnels, getting them planted. We're getting them watered. We use the MyPEC or the plastic. MyPEC is this big plastic here. The overhead irrigation is watering before we plant the tomatoes. And there's pre-cut holes. We use this, just chatting to Peter, this is nearly 15 years old, I think. We're soaking it. We've irrigated before. You can see that, oh, we're a bit wet. You can see now all the horns being cleared, being scarified, leveled back out, and then before we put the plastic down, we'll soak it again, put the MyPEC down, and then we soak it one more time just before the guys plant. So it's making the soil nice and wet so that when we plant the tomatoes, they take really quickly. It's a very warm day, 25 degrees at the moment. It's pretty hot in the greenhouse too, but the tomatoes are going to love it. So yeah, good to get them planted. We're a couple of weeks earlier than last year as well, so hopefully they're going to take and we'll have crops ready quicker than last year. But perfect conditions at the moment, and we'll just see. This is them going in now. These are the tomatoes that are being planted, growing really well. There's pre-cut holes there, and then hopefully what this is going to do, they're all organic, so we've got no weed control. They'll only get a little bit of weed coming through the hole there. The soil's all nice, and you can see that the soil is all nice and moist, so they should take really well. But we'll go along. These will be planted. Hopefully they're going to take. Then we use the wires, these wires here. Once they start growing up, they're going to hopefully start growing. Then we use string and we tie them up to the wire, and in a few months or so time, they'll be lovely, nice big tomato plants, and hopefully we'll have tomatoes to pick kind of midsummer. But yeah, all looking well. And I think if we look at the plants, the odd one I saw before just had the first, and there you go there, little yellow flowers just starting to form. So that's a good sign, but it's nice to have them planted before the flowers start kind of blooming. Hopefully now they're not going to be checked and they'll just start growing nicely. But all looking nice, soil's nice and moist, and hopefully they'll grow nice and well. So these are all the plants, they're going to be planted. They've grown even more since I filmed them last week, but they're all ready to be planted now. These are the ones that are done slightly later. Some of these will be going outdoors. We plant all the indoor first and then we go outdoors. And that's what Perry's just taking them out the pots they've been raised in. Put them in the trays, in the white trays here. And then Kiv is taking them into the greenhouse. Just makes it easier when we go to plant them, they're all out the pots, so it makes it quicker. But yeah, you can see there's a few flowers just starting to form there. But they're all looking lovely. Better than last year, which is nice. So we're also, Fernando's here, we are power harrowing the maize. First day we're getting about 20, not very much, 20 verges in today. That's 10 acres. So the first day Andy's out drilling, which is nice. There is a little bit of moisture, not much. This is going in after fodder beat. So it's coming up pretty well. There is moisture here, which is nice. It's lovely conditions, but we are wary of what is coming, if you know what I mean. There's no rain forecast for a couple of weeks, but it is coming up pretty well. So yeah, pleased with how this is all coming up. And Flander will work his way through and then get ready for Andy to come and drill. we're not doing the whole field twice. That's just an area where we are just playing around with the depth on the roller, because we don't need it as deep for the maize as we do the potatoes, but we've put it it got a little bit too shallow, so just that first bit where you got a bit too shallow, just going over it again. But it's working down lovely, and most of it will all just be passed once. Like I say, just this first half it was a bit too shallow, so we're just going over it again. Yeah, fingers crossed there's enough moisture going to emerge. We're just going to need some rain in the next few weeks to, once it does come out of the ground, to get it to grow away quick. Our biggest problem now is with crows. They're being a right pain, so we're a little bit wary or hesitant that yeah, if it's dry and not the best conditions for it to emerge and germinate and start growing, are the crows going to attack it before it grows away from them? But fingers crossed, it's dry in the next couple of weeks, but we're going to have some rain in the next kind of 2-3 weeks time, so it'll grow away. Once it does come up, it's going to grow away nice and quickly away from all those pesky crows. So it's also a stunning day. We are just finishing off the last field of fertiliser on all the first cut grassland. Got the Amazon on, and yeah, it's already regrowth. This was cut on Sunday. Yeah, it's all greening up nicely, so it's just all good. We're just going to hope, we're going to desperately need some rain to keep it going. But yeah, you can see there it's all greening up well, and hopefully this fertiliser, and then we're due we are due showers tomorrow, so who knows, will we get a little bit of rain or we get a lot of rain, but hopefully in this video we'll have had some rain. All of this grass is going to, will be even greener and start growing away really quickly. With how hot it is and how warm it is, it should grow really quickly, and that's the goal of cutting it kind of younger before it gets into head. So you can see it's already greened up quite nicely. What you'd find is if it was, you can see a little bit like on the headland here, if we'd have cut it and waited it for it to go more stemmy, more into flower, waited for it more yield, it'd be probably more like this. You can see this has barely started regrowing yet. Whereas the main part of the field, it's yeah, greened up really well. But we're yeah, spreading away nicely. One more field after this to do, and we're all done. And we can crack on with our potato harvest and try and get the maize in. So, thanks for watching today's video. We have just had a shower. You can see it's a little bit wet. Could do a lot more. Just setting up the irrigation now, so we're all getting ready to go. But yeah, hopefully that'll all get going tomorrow. And then, yeah, been another busy week ahead, I think. We'll do a bit of baling. We've got some silage we're going to bale, a few little smaller fields we didn't forage, get them in, and then we've got Andy coming back to drill more maize on Friday, and we're also harvesting, but hopefully we're going to be watering before we harvest. That's going to increase harvesting speed and make it a lot easier. Yeah, Philip's all very happy, dancing and skipping because it's raining. You happy it's raining?
Yeah.
Yeah, good boy. So yeah, fingers crossed we catch a few more showers tonight.